включу субтитры. А там без субтитров, думаю, будет плохо слышно. Так, вот давайте так, экран. Сюда. Включим. Все, короче.
Hunted. And them things hunting us, well, they got guns of their own.
I ain't afraid of dying.
Good. You need anything, Mr. Pearson? Maybe me and Mrs. Ad are gonna take a little ride.
Yeah, sure. Here's my list, and can you post this letter for me while you're there?
Sure. Come on, Princess. Are you coming with me then, woman?
Капец, уже. Наше время уже быстро.
So I've graduated from chopping vegetables to shopping.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Надо писать. Все, Томик, если хочешь, пиши, я точно.
Idiot. You cool down then yet?
I guess. I ain't no scullion, and I sure as hell ain't taking orders from that sweating half-wit.
I guess we all gotta do our share, Princess.
Where's that letter?
Are you reading his mail now?
Oh, robbing and killing's okay, but letter reading's where we draw the line.
Here.
Dear Aunt Kathy,
You are something else.
I haven't heard from you in some time, so I pray to the Lord above that your health has not deteriorated further. Blah, blah, blah. It's boring. Ooh. Wait a sec. Listen to this. Since we last corresponded, I have traveled widely, making no small name for myself. Before you ask, I am still yet to take a wife, but I can assure you it's not for a lack of suitors. You ever actually even talk to a woman he ain't paid for?
Oh, look. We're all hiding behind something.
And what's this? Return to Tacitus Kilgore.
Oh, that. Now that's Dutch's idea. All mail to be sent to the same alias. Whenever we set up somewhere new, Strauss, he heads into town.
Почему так медленно, быстрее?
From a Tacitus Kilgore, whatever they changed it to. Here, give me that back. We got work to do.
Здесь, в этом городе меня убить не хотят. Надеюсь, что нет.
Okay, here we are.
Отлично, какой-то у вас.
I shoot the shopkeeper while you...
No, you insane?
outlaws.
Outlaws, not idiots. We rob fools that rob other people. These people, they're just trying to get by. So you head on in there and you buy some food to eat. No guns.
You're sure?
This time, there'll be time for killing soon enough.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go check the mail. Nothing exciting.
Добейтесь до почты. О, кстати, смотри. Карта. Меня везде хотят убить. Тут за меня $50 дают, тут 60, тут 235, а тут вообще ничего не дают. Просто сдохнуть. Лишь бы убили. Хотя я ничего такого не делал. А, ну вот тут меня любят. Но я там не был даже. Я там только одного медведя убил. Ну. В общем, прикольно. Пойду я получу штраф. Не, ну если честно, я тут поезда грабил. Полгорода убил. Ну это такое. Как, не важно. Че?
mean nothing. What's in the park?
Сейчас пойдем погнем.
Go on, back to what I pay you for. Sir, good morning. Can I help you, mister?
Yes, I would like to post a letter.
All right.
Так.
Okay, no trouble.
И выплачу штрафы.
Bye now.
Этот и этот. Это я
Money to be
платить не
made
буду.
on the new railroad for those who know
Спасибо.
which way the stick flows.
Теперь хоть можно спокойно
That's what you're
путешествовать.
saying.
Сейчас за угол куда-нибудь встанем, покажите свой пистолет. Я его недавно сделал. Сейчас. Ну тут вроде никого. Смотри. Оба. Золотой с головой. Есть второй. Могу. И другой вот такой. Оп. Обычный. Могу вообще вот так сделать. Такой. Здорово. Чё как? Ты странно выглядишь еще. Да. Так, ладно. От первого лица я особняка не нравится. Пошли к нашей бабе, посмотрим, что там. Напиши, хочешь, чтобы мы поохотились, порыбачили или людей убивали. Лезть обратно в телефон.
I think this is everything.
Thanks. Here, take that for yourself, okay?
Thanks.
Well, give it back then. Jesus. I didn't ask for his goddamn help. Okay, get on. I'm about done here.
Ну, ты же...
Why don't you drive?
Okay.
Come on, lady, get a move on.
I like Sadie, not lady.
I know.
Давай, Паш.
So, you get everything?
I think so.
And some new clothes, I see?
Don't start. I can wear what I damn well want. Like I told you, my husband and I shared all the work. I wasn't some little wife with a flower in her hair baking cherry pies all day.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. You sure look the part now. Won't be long before you're
Почему он так
smoking
медленно?
cigars and playing the harmonica.
I'll have you know, I
Что
used to
там
love
написано?
playing the harmonica before.
Охота.
Well,
Охота.
my house and everything I own got burned to the ground.
I know. I'm real sorry.
Давай посмотрим от первого
about
лица.
what you know. Maybe I'll keep my eye out for another one.
I don't want no pity. Just treat me equal and know nobody's taking nothing from me ever again.
Mm-hmm. Just don't kill the camp cook. Please.
Что это? На нас нападают.
Hey,
What you folks up to?
just heading home.
You're in Lemoyne Raider country.
Keep it cool,
You need to
Sadie.
pay a toll to pass through here.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? How about you pull over right now?
Pull over.
That's what I said.
Hey, how's about this?
Let's
Так.
get the hell out of here. Go!
На в голову, падла.
What
Да.
the hell was that?
Who's gonna rob us?
А чё? Ду, не двигайся.
Your left.
А вот. Что?
I'm gonna run this son of a
Так,
bitch
ладно.
down.
Зачем? Что такая дерзкая?
You wanted to see some action, lady. Now you got your...
How's Rob?
Да.
You okay there, Sadie?
Of course. Think I can
Так, два пистолета.
Boy, you ain't gonna live this through.
I don't remember asking you to prove it.
Да.
I'll wait
Дальше.
your
Давайте в голову.
All I want to say is a goddamn
На. Ах ты. Отдыхай.
Not many still standing now. Hey, you run, you goddamn coward! I think we're good here, Arthur. Nice shoot.
Ну, теперь нужно их ограбить. Какой-то старый игрок сюда. Не, не хочу старый игрок. Можно новый? Я как раз тут обычный ковбойский. Ну-ка, что это есть? А, блин, я шляпу потерял. Надо же мою шляпу найти. Где я ему потерять?
Man alive! That just about turned my gut.
No, pass those reins here.
Why?
Because you've caused enough trouble already.
I'm fine.
Here,
We showed those bastards, huh?
remind me not to get on your bad side.
And they was clearly planning to bushwhack us.
Did good. But that's a lot of mess to make near camp. Hope it don't bring anyone sniffing around.
Are you gonna tell Dutch? I think you're going the wrong way.
Maybe, if he asks. But maybe not.
Hey, you want me to drive? So who did they say they were? Lemoyne Raiders?
Yeah, something like that. Who knows? Anyway, don't you go ribbing Pearson about that letter.
How dare you? I wouldn't dream of it.
Right, you wouldn't.
I have traveled widely, making no small name for myself.
I won't be giving you no mail to post anytime soon, that's for sure.
I just want to peek in that journal of yours. The mind boggles.
Not a chance.
You didn't get yourself killed then, Miss Adler.
Not quite.
Well, I'd like to say I missed your refined conversations, but I'd be lying.
I enjoyed myself out there.
Yes, Mrs. Adler did okay.
At shopping?
Yes, that's shopping.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Don't mention it. I would ride with you again, Mrs. Adler, if you will ride with me.
Maybe. If you prove you can handle yourself.
Well, they say I lack finesse, but I ain't afraid of gun smoke.
We got this, Arthur. You've already done me a big favor today. Okay, Miss High and Mighty. And nice pants, by the way.
Oh, shut up.
There he is. The man who saved my hide not once, but twice.
What you want, Micah?
Nothing. Just saying thank you, brother. I can call you brother, can't I?
I think I like you even less when you're friendly.
You're the first person ever told me that.
Do some work.
dearie. This isn't a holiday camp.
Interesting.
Silly old thing.
Что тебя сбили? А, кстати, у меня там это...
Arthur! Oh, Arthur!
Пошел.
Smell. It's cologne. It's liquor. It's cologne from Cologne, Germany. Oh, I just had a few nips, Arthur. I'm not drunk. Let's just talk about this later. Well, that's me told.
Так, пожалуйста.
Don't forget to go hunting, Mr. Morgan.
All right, Pearson. Actually, I'll come back to you.
This camp could do with a few improvements. Why don't you take a look at my ideas?
My company's not good enough.
Бизон тут есть, пантера, олень.
How would you like?
Ну давай, пожалуй, там
Appreciate it,
посмотрим.
Pearson.
Haven't received anything from you in a while, Mr. Morgan.
I hear you.
Thank you. Many thanks, Mr. Morgan. I've come up with some ideas for ways we could improve things around here if you want to take a look.
Ага, не. Ну пока еще сделаем меньше.
Boy Scouts will be very pleased.
А зачем мне нужно было бизона кожи? Непонятно. Ну,
A
ладно.
few changes never hurt.
Hello, Arthur.
I posted that letter for you.
Hello, Mr. Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Anytime.
Так, ты вроде фото хотел. Сейчас найду свою. Не знаю, сейчас это.
Time to go, boy.
Мне нужна превосходная шкура оленя. Олень водится здесь. Значит, идет туда. Ладно, зайдем. Посмотрим. Да, нужно взять. Так. Сюда я хочу. В общем, ну все, лук я взял, можно идти на охоту. Оп. Что это? Там люди какие. Люди мне не нужны. Что не делаю?
What the? Why don't you mind your business and keep walking, huh?
We said
Don't have
get
to
lost.
tell me
now.
twice.
Пускай откроет, а я их убью.
I told you once, damn it!
Как он такой? Сейчас еще закручу их так. Нет, не получилось. Оба. Ладно. Так а чем вы такие? Я ушел, кстати. Нафига не нужно, понятно. Ага. А что с этим? Может попробовать его открыть. Я знаю, что я сделал. Я его взорву. Вот лошадь убивать... А, нет. Слушай. Что у нас тут? Опа. Денежки. А это того стоило. А, блин. Лошадка все-таки сдохла. Да, лошадку жалко. Надо динамиту быть от греха подальше. Оба. Так, томагавку тоже убил. Так вот, о чем я? Ищем. Раз. Олень. Ага. И это выиграем. Может птицу гнуть? Да куда вы? Нет, они... Так точно хочу. Тут же вроде как они не должны быть, да? Следов никаких нет. Эх. Опа, вижу зайца. Ну-ка. Заяц. Ай, да. Это чё? Мразь. Давай. Не в голову попал. Он еще и выжил. Что-то оленей здесь вообще нет. А говорили, что есть. Нас обманули. Опа. Так. Так. Кто там? Убить нет. Убил. Сейчас пока лошадь подбежит, надо это завалить. отодвигаем. Да нет, туда нет, нет. Да лошадь ты куда? И вторая побежала. А теперь что? Да нет. Как просовать все? Повод кокоса от меня. Ясно. Ой, что с ним? Хотя бы тут посмотрим, что у нас. Да, блин, это 2 звезды. Чего? Ты кто? Ты не мой. Вот мне.
Go on, girl.
Вычислим. Почему тушка утонула? Ну хотя, да не мертвые всплывают. Да. Ладно, возьмем меч. Посмотрим, что на мече.
You said something to Grimshaw about a bank.
Yes, the one in Valentine.
Well, give me the information.
No, I'm running this. You want in?
I shot a lot of folk like you.
What you mean, folk like me?
Bloody awful.
Ну, сколько всего нужно? По-моему. Ничего себе, я хороший. А вообще-то я должен быть плохим. Я же преступник. Вор закон. Ну ладно. Один раз, короче, играли с челиком. Я ему проиграл. Он начал надо мной смеяться. Я достал пистолет, застрелил его. Забрал свои деньги и ушел. Молодец. Как бы. Так в итоге надо делать. Ну, хоть вообще я стараюсь быть добрым. Ну, вот тут недавно челик просто так животных убил. Я его спрашиваю, зачем убьешь? Он говорит, по кайфу, и тебя сейчас убью. Ну, я достал нож и зарезал его.
How you doing, old friend?
Fine.
It's funny. Us ending up down here. My daddy died in the field in Pennsylvania, fighting this lot. I ever tell you that?
Many times.
I see I'm boring you, Arthur.
Worrying me. We lost men back there.
We have lofty goals, Arthur. We're trying to reform society to a kinder, truer, better way. Now, of course, there's gonna be casualties.
We're thieves. In a world that don't want us no more.
We are dreamers in an ever duller world of facts. Now, I'll give you that, but come on. We got the day. It's nice out. Old Hosea says that there's a creek around here. I reckon it's full of fish.
А я еще нам лодку купил, да, это сейчас такой типа.
Hey, old girl! this creek you've been pissing in? Hey, you don't look too rosy, old friend. I thought this warmer weather would...
My days are looking good along over.
Always dream crushing and bubble bursting, you. Come on, Hosea. Let's go fishing.
All right, gentlemen. Let me show you how it's done.
С тобой мы уже один раз охотились на медведя. Ты потом убежал. Ну ладно.
Why don't we just fish here? There's a whole lake of them.
Because I need to get out for a bit. Me and the old guard. Before any of them back there, oh, there was us.
The curious couple and their unruly son.
It feels good here. You did well finding that spot, Arthur.
More Charles than me.
It's like I can breathe again, thick and soupy as this air is. Might even do your whistling pipes some good, Hosea.
I was once in this country with Bessie. Feels like a lifetime ago.
It was a lifetime ago. But what a life we have lived, how well we have fought, especially both of you.
I hope so.
But now, when things are desperate, we have to stick with the plan. Make enough money, then find somewhere where nobody will find us. Where we don't have to hide.
Like where?
I got some ideas hatching, but I need you with me, not against me. Both of you.
Of course.
Still, we do need money. So keep a low profile, especially in the local town. After Valentine, I want everyone on best behavior here. No trouble. But start turning over the soil and the rocks. See what turns up.
Dutch, we've got to be discreet.
Imagine what a slew of rich simpletons there must be down here. Oh, this is perfect for you, Hosea. You'll be able to play them like a fiddle.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure, but...
No buts. Not today. We fish and we enjoy the day. Looks like law up ahead. Play it cool.
Oh.
Hold.
Hello, gentlemen.
Well, look what the cat drug in.
I seem to have gotten myself in a spot of bother.
Quiet back there.
Let's see if we can't sort this out. How are you, boys?
Fine.
This is quite some country you have here.
We like it well enough.
Hoagie McIntosh, at your service.
Lee Gray. This is my deputy Archibald McGregor.
Макгрегор, он тоже виски.
You a Scot?
Partly. The best part.
Of course.
Now, tell me, sir, what did the silly, fancy fop back there do? Nothing too terrible, I trust.
He was accused of running a gold mining investment scam.
Oh, no. I'm sure he wasn't. He is a magician. I know him. He's a fool, but he is not a bad fellow. Now, can we just...
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Shit! The Anderson boys! I can't have more scandal!
Well, allow us to help, my friend. Arthur,
Chase wanted man.
and take Archibald with you.
Just what I signed up for. Come on,
Okay.
big guy.
Perhaps we can discuss the foolish magician.
Stay with that train. Don't let them get away. Keep your guns holstered. We need them Anderson boys alive.
О, блин, чуть не упал.
Come on, hurry.
All right.
Come on, we're losing them.
Will you relax? We're not losing them.
Faster, come on. What's your
Это
name,
как я
sir?
на выше.
Arthur Callahan.
Faster, Mr. Callahan, please. My neck is on the line here.
I get it. I'm doing my best. Looks like the son of a bitch is gonna make it. You sure I can't just shoot him?
No,
Did I not say that? You said plenty.
Нет, ложь. Я тебе потом покажу, что можешь вызвать.
Idiot. Now get after the others. Come on. The train is slowing down to go through the station. Now's our chance. See if you can get alongside the train. Get alongside that flat carriage. You think you can jump on there? Me? Why me? Because you ride like my grandmother. You are something else.
Оба. Здорово.
Bastard! I didn't do nothing. Go to hell. That's
Ага.
damn it.
Ах.
Come on. You stop them, I'll stop the train. You're only making it worse. Come on, shitbag. Go on, don't lose him. Bastard. Damn bastard. Get the hell away from me.
Ай! Понять. Пиздец. Что написал? Победитель просто. Буду в фильмах сниматься. Шейн.
Come on, shitbag. Bastard. Damn bastard. Get the hell away from me.
Нет, нет, мой шоп. Нет, нет. Нет. Шапочка. Как я без шапки?
I'm coming for you next. I'm gonna ride ahead and stop the train. Guess it's just us then, lawman. Come here. We need to bother. Let me go. Can't do that. Need some gin? Come on. Gotta have somebody. Just don't kill him.
О, нет. О, блин.
Are you sure? Sadly so. Do it. I don't think I can open the door from the outside, unfortunately. At least try.
Тварь. О, лежи.
Try at least.
Давай.
Watch yourself. He's as dirty as they come.
Дышать.
Hello?
Ужас.
Is everything all right in there? Well, I don't think he's dead.
О, блин, он мне синяк поставил. Надо его.
Just about.
Падла. Тварь. Блять. Кто контент, что я его убью ногами. Ладно, в следующий раз будем только это.
I'm coming for you. Next. I'm gonna ride ahead and stop the train. It's just us then, lawman. Come here. We need to bother. Let me go. Can't do that.
Давай, давай, первым пойду. Слышишь ты, чему? На. Ах ты ж. Давай, лежи. А, блин, ну что, да хватит лежать, тварь. На, отдыхай. Ну ладно, один отсюда уйти. Жаль, кто, кстати, не знаю, поставлен.
I think I won the fight. Just about.
Блин, ну теперь сника нет. А где моя шляпа? Ты что? Где моя шляпа?
Bring him out here.
Deputy?
Sounded like quite a commotion. Is that him?
I sincerely hope so.
Old Anders Anderson.
So what now?
Take him in, come on.
А, шляпа
Fine
у
job,
вас.
well done. And a pat on the back for me for stopping the train. Load Anders onto the back of your horse there, and we'll take him to Sheriff Gray. There you go. You are a natural. All right, let's take him in. Follow me.
What about the others?
Oh, we'll round them up. Anders back there is the brains of the operation, and that's really saying something.
You're the boss.
That was mighty impressive, sir. I have to admit. I'd hazard a guess you've served the law yourself at some point.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that.
Are you familiar with the area here?
No, not really.
On your right here, these tobacco fields? This is part of Caliga Hall, big estate belonging to the Gray family.
Looks bone dry.
Yes, we are in dire need of some rain round here, let me tell you. The Grays have lived in Caliga Hall for generations. Fine people. My family's been working for them for years. Sheriff Gray's the one I know best, of course, but they own half the businesses in town.
Which town?
Rhodes, sir. You don't know it? Where we're headed right now. Ain't what it was before the war, but it has its charms. I'm sure you already know of the Braithwaites.
Like I said, just got down here.
Another big family in these parts. They have an estate west of here. Awful people, truly awful. They've been fighting with the Grays for as long as I can remember.
Sounds like quite the place you got here.
Я понял. Ну, блин, игра очень красивая. Это от создателя GTA, да? Не знаю, как у тебя там качество. Но эти вроде 720
Welcome to Rhodes. Up there on your left is the Rhodes Parlor House. Very reputable saloon owned by the Gray family. We also have a general store, gunsmith, post office, train station, of course.
What more do you need?
Oh, good, they're back. And that's your friend, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna stop just ahead on the right, outside the sheriff's office. Can you grab Anders off your horse and carry him in for me?
Sure, man.
Just bring him here.
Hey, fellas.
Mr. Gray! We got him. Very good.
I told you Arthur would deliver. Man has a passion for justice.
That's wonderful.
So, about my friend here?
Your idiot friend is free to go. But no more trouble from you, partner.
I promise you, this was all just a big misunderstanding. However, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'll pretend to appreciate that. Mr. McIntosh, it has been a real pleasure. The mostly good citizens of Rhodes, we welcome you.
Well, we're just honored to be here.
And make your friend behave. We got enough trouble from some of the residents, old-timers who've gone, sadly, to seed and lost their...
Come along now. I will keep this fellow on the straight and narrow.
Come back and see us sometime soon. Excuse me, gentlemen. Bo, these better be ugly rumors. Is it true you were seen talking to that wretched Penelope Braithwaite?
I can't thank you enough.
Where have you been?
Around.
And where are you staying?
I'm renting a caravan on the edge of town behind the church. It's horrible, but no one comes looking. The whole town is trapped in this interminable feud between the two families. His lot, Gray's, and the Braithwaites.
Interesting.
Two old plantation houses, and falling out over rebel gold, and marrying cousins or not marrying.
Arthur, Jose, you start poking around. See what you can find out about that.
I have missed you, boys. I've heard about bounty.
There's been a price on my head for 13 years. It'll take 'em months to find us down here, and it seems like we can have a little sport.
Well, they're good bounties.
Where you hear this?
Some fellas I met at a camp near the state line said there was talk of it in bars in the north and west for 500 miles. There was talk of super agents or some such.
Super agents. I'd love to meet one. It's just talk.
I'm sure it is, but I couldn't not tell you.
Stay out of trouble.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Какой кайф уже. Так мы что, идем на дачу, не?
Okay, so these two plantation families. Arthur, you start sniffing around the Gray's place, see what the story is there.
Yeah, I passed by it earlier with our friend, Archibald.
Good. Hosea, you see what you can find out about these Braithwaites.
All right. Thank you, Arthur.
Quite a fishing trip.
There's still time. I'm up for it.
How about you, Arthur? Or have you had enough of the chase for one day?
Запиши
Sure,
передачу.
why not?
Great. Hosea, why don't you lead us to that spot you were talking about? I kind of like this place.
Okay. Let's see if we can avoid any more excitement.
Кстати, это первая игра, в которой лошадь появляется не за спиной, а вот так приходит.
All right, gentlemen. Follow me.
So how far is this creek?
It's a bit of a ride still, and it's not a creek. It's the same lake we camped on, just a different pipe. It'll be worth it. I saw some big drum and sturgeon there. Should be rock bass, bluegills, perch, pickerel too. It's a good spot.
Ну чё, не понимаю. Я, кстати, один раз рыбу ловил на сыр. Потом что, вернулся.
Trelawney owes everyone for something, but his information is good.
Plus, we are now ingratiated with the local law. I'd say it was a worthwhile diversion all around.
Hey!
Черт.
Trelawney's like a bad penny.
I'm not sure how good a magician he is, but he's certainly good at disappearing when he feels like it.
Where does he go?
Everywhere and nowhere, it seems. We wouldn't have got Sean back if he hadn't been weaseling around down that way, though.
Hey, Dutch, remember that time you found him in the outhouse?
Oh, yeah. We hadn't seen him in weeks. We stopped in some dead-end town in the middle of nowhere. Don't even remember the name.
You and Bill were off doing something, Arthur.
So, we pick up some supplies. I go to relieve myself. Open the door, and there's Trelawney, sitting there, newspaper in hand. Mr. Vanderlyn. I say, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, I could ask you the same thing. Now, if you wouldn't mind giving me a little privacy, I ate a rotten oyster.
Hey, maybe there are actually 100 Trelawneys.
What a terrible thought.
Могло кликнуться грабитель. Давай.
This is the spot. Down to the left there.
I saw some boats around last time. Be good to get to deeper water.
Ну, у нас же есть, вот.
Those the boats you mean?
Yes. Good. I'm sure nobody would mind if we borrowed one of these. Come on. All right. This looks like a fine vessel.
Okay. Come on, Arthur. Let's get her in the water.
Oh, I got a good feeling about fishing here. It's supposed to be some incredible sturgeon.
Oh. Okay, here we go. Let me row. You boys are too old for real labor no more.
You're too dumb for anything else.
You're still too quick for me, old man.
Enjoy picking on children. Now take us to the deeper water and pray for good luck and stupid fish.
Это змея.
But what about stupid luck and good fish?
That'll do too.
Сейчас змею передаю. Да.
I think here's good.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen.
Should really come here at dawn or dusk. That's when you catch the best fish. We should use a lake lure. That'll give us a much better chance of hooking something big like a...
Ловля приманку, это на что?
Sturgeon.
Strong with a good old worm.
Oh, worms are good for tiddlers like bluegill and rock bass, but you'd have to be real lucky to catch a sturgeon with one.
Learned it is, man. You heard the expert, Arthur. Let's bait up.
Keep the lure moving slowly on the water so it looks like a little fish just asking to be eaten. Looks like you got a bite, Arthur.
That's on the hook, Arthur.
Ой. Крутим, 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 крутим. Нет, 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 нет.
Okay, that was a bite. Got him?
Давай, давай. Мирась, куда ты? Иди сюда. Иди сюда, я тебя уже вижу. Почти, почти. Опа.
There you go.
Well done, Arthur.
They can grow a lot bigger than that. Fella told me he once saw a monster lake sturgeon near the mouth of the river, just southwest of Saint Denis. 50-pounder, he reckoned.
I would like to see that. Hey, Hosea. You remember that time we sent Arthur out fishing? He came back with 3 beautiful bass.
Not this again.
I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah. You do. He was maybe 20. 21. Walked in all full of himself. We had a big feast. Toasted him all night.
This was 15 years ago.
Oh, I remember now.
Then, the next week, Arthur and I are at the market, and Fishmonger calls out, "So how did you enjoy those bass?"
Look, you can fish, or you can go drinking all day, rob someone, and buy some fish.
Just gotta reel him in now, Arthur.
I got a bite. Nicely done, Arthur. Damn it, I lost him. I used to go fishing with this feller back in the day. Wesley, his name was. Real miserable bastard, but he loved to fish. We go out all the time. But one day, we were river fishing when we see a funeral procession going over the bridge, and out of the blue, Wesley stands up, takes off his hat, bows his head.
Что с меня
Then
опять?
he sits down, picks his rod back up, and carries on. Doesn't say a word. So I'm a little surprised and say, Wesley, that was nice of you. And he replies, well, felt I had to. After all, I was married to her for 30 years.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, dear God. I might swim to shore.
Remember those big salmon I caught in Montana last year? We had a banquet planned that night until Copper went and scoffed the lot.
You never had control of that dog.
He had some spirit, though. Never lost the puppy in him, right to the end.
You know, I remember us saying how Blackwater was the furthest east we'd ever been. As a group, I mean.
Feels like the more we try to head west, the further east we end up.
We had all those safe spots picked out to lie low in New Austin after the ferry job.
I liked it there. Still open and wild, the way it should be. Somehow the desert makes you feel
Если
closer to
больше
the
двух
sky.
тогда стану.
No point us trying to get back that way anytime soon. Pinkertons have patrols out all over tall trees and Great Plains. We saw when we went back for Sean.
Well, look at us now, huh? It could be worse. Plans change. That's just how life goes.
Hey, I reckon we call it a day.
Alright.
Already?
You ain't been chasing down outlaws.
All right. I think we got a decent haul here. Pearson will be happy. Should we head back?
We could keep the boat not too far back to camp from here.
Good idea. Could be useful.
What about the horses?
Well, they'll find their way back.
Just follow the shore south, Arthur.
That was fun. Thank you, boys. Now, Hosea,
Yes.
how about a song?
Okay. All right, I got one for you. I asked that gal to give me some.
I asked that gal to give me some. She says wait till the taters is done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. Threw her on the floor and knocked off some. I wish to God I'd passed her by. I wish to God I'd passed her by. Taters got burned and so did I.
That was pretty good. But you know, what song we should be singing?
What?
Well, look at us. 3 mariners.